So behavior workflow. This workflow is a behavior-based workflow, and the purpose here is to segment contacts based on how they actually interact rather than making assumptions. It's focused on behavioral engagement, not qualification. So instead of moving people through life cycle stages, I'm using behavior to decide how they should be treated going forward. The overall goal is to update internal lead status in a way that supports smarter targeting and avoids over messaging. Okay, so just to cover the trigger and enrollment, just go into the workflow here. Okay, select the correct one. So yes, here I enroll only marketing qualified leads into this workflow, and this is because this stage is where they've already qualified. So this workflow isn't about qualification, but it's about interest and engagement. By limiting it to marketing qualified leads, I'm making sure that the logic stays focused and relevant. Okay, so this email here acts as a behavior touchpoint. The focus on this workflow isn't the email itself, it's how the engagement is evaluated after the send. Now, you will notice here a warning here because the email isn't fully configured for automation, and that's due to the licensing constraints. At the moment, I'm working with a starter plan, so for this demo, this is why this is the case. But the logic and structure, however, are exactly how this would be set in a live account. And moving on from the email send, if I scroll down, I've added a delay here to create a clean engagement window. And this just gives contacts time to click or submit a form. It prevents instant judgment and allows the engagement to happen naturally before the workflow evaluates behavior. And then at this point, the workflow branches based on behavior. Due to the tooling constraints here, I'm using form submission as the behavioral signal. But in a live environment, I'll typically branch on email clicks, but the decision logic here is the same. The idea is simple. Did the contacts take an active step or did they not? And then if the contact does engage, I'd update their lead status to connected. In this portal, I'm using lead status as the engagement indicator. Connected represents the contact who've taken an active step, which allows the future workflows and campaigns to adapt automatically. This way, engagement becomes reusable data, not just a one-off action. If the contact doesn't engage initially, I don't immediately downgrade them. I add another delay to give them a second opportunity to engage because late engagement is still valuable and shouldn't be treated the same as no engagement at all. So after that second window, I'll check the behavior again. If they engage late, I reflect that internally by updating their status rather than treating all engagement equally. If there's still no engagement, the contact follows the non-meant path. And the non-meant path just represents low engagement. At this point, I'll downgrade their status and exit the workflow to avoid over messaging. This just simply protects the engagement quality and ensures we're not repeatedly sending to contacts who aren't responding. Overall, this workflow segments marketing qualified leads based on real behavior and updates internal lead status so future targeting is more relevant. It's designed to keep engagement data clean, reusable, and respectful of the contact's experience.